life's storms reveal who you are. You didn't come here by accident. Maybe a part of you is looking for peace. If that's true, then subscribe to Buddha Pray and watch this story all the way to the end, because every day this place offers something made just for your soul. Let me ask you something strange. What if you lost everything overnight? Your home, your job, your loved ones, even your identity? Would you still recognize yourself? Would you stand tall or break apart? Would you fight the storm or become it? This story isn't just about loss. It's about truth, the kind of truth only the storms of life can reveal. Are you ready to find out who you really are when there's nothing left to hold on to? His name was Elijah. Once, he had everything: a loving wife, a promising career as a literature professor, a beautiful home filled with books and warmth. But fate is rarely kind for long. His wife Maria was diagnosed with cancer, aggressive, unforgiving. In just 8 months, she faded like ink in the rain. Before she passed, she placed a small, worn umbrella in his hands. Softly she said, "Keep it with you, Eli. When the storms come, this will remind you that you're not alone." That umbrella became his anchor, a relic of love in a world that slowly forgot him. He lost his job, he sold his home, and little by little, Elijah became invisible. People stopped saying his name, stopped looking in his eyes. To the world, he was just a homeless old man sitting under the bridge, muttering to himself, clutching an umbrella no one understood. But Elijah never stopped being Elijah. Every morning, rain or shine, he opened that umbrella, not to shield from the rain, but to shield the memory, to hold on to something real, something pure. One evening, a storm rolled in, not just any storm, the kind that makes the sky scream. Lightning tore through the clouds, winds howled like angry ghosts. People ran, doors slammed, the city shut down, and beneath that bridge, a child was crying. She was no older than 7, soaked, shivering, lost, separated from her parents in the chaos. Elijah saw her, and without hesitation, he walked into the storm. His legs were weak, his coat threadbare, but his heart steady. He knelt beside her, wrapped his old coat around her, and opened the umbrella. It barely covered them both, but somehow it felt like a fortress. He whispered stories to calm her, tales of angels and kind stars, of a woman named Maria who once gave him a shield made of love. An hour passed, then 2, finally. A police car pulled up. The girl was safe, but Elijah was not. He collapsed. His body couldn't take the cold, the rain, or the memories. They found him, smiling. In his hand, still clenched tight, was the old umbrella. The Buddha once said, "As a solid rock is not shaken by the wind, so the wise are not moved by praise or blame." Dhammapada, verse 81. Elijah was not homeless in spirit. He was rich, in a kind of wealth the world can't measure. He had lost his house, but not his heart. He had lost his name, but not his nature. In the storms of life, we don't discover new truths. We remember who we've always been. In Buddhism, storms are not punishments, they are awakenings, teachers in the form of thunder, just as a lotus rises from the mud. Your compassion and your courage, your clarity, all emerge from your darkest days. The umbrella was not magic, it was mindfulness, a symbol, a reminder to stay steady even when everything else falls apart. The Buddha taught us, hatred does not cease by hatred, but by love alone. This is the eternal law. Dhammapada, verse 5. Elijah could have cursed his life, but he chose to love, to serve, to offer shelter, even when he had none. That is the true practice of Dharma, not just sitting in silence, but standing in storms with a heart that refuses to close. When you meet suffering with stillness, you become like a mountain, and no storm can move you. That is why the Buddha said, "The one who conquers himself is greater than the one who conquers 1,000 men in battle." Dhammapada, verse 103, Elijah conquered himself, not with sword, but with surrender, not with anger, but with acceptance. He lost everything, yet he died free, because real liberation is not found in escaping the storm. It's found in learning how to walk through it without losing your soul. What if your storm was never meant to destroy you? What if it was sent to reveal you, to peel away the titles, the roles, the masks, so that all that's left is who you really are? Most people run from the storm, but you watched this story until the end, and that means you are ready. You are not here just to survive. You are here to awaken. You may not have an umbrella like Elijah, but you do have something even greater. You have awareness, you have choice, you have the power to be the calm in someone else's chaos. Look around. There's someone near you who is standing in the rain, alone, afraid, forgotten. Will you be their shelter? Ask yourself, in the last storm you faced, did you become bitter or did you become better? Were you angry or aware? Did you fight life or did you flow with it? Only you know the answer. But here's the truth. You can always choose again. Every day is a chance to be kinder, to be deeper, to be wiser. Not someday, not after success, not when things are perfect, but now. Elijah died with nothing, but he left behind a legacy, a ripple, a light. What will you leave behind? Do you think people like Elijah are foolish or truly enlightened? Homat het, nung van chon yu thuong, banko dam song hu vai kong. Is it still worth being kind when the world doesn't seem to care? Have you ever been someone's shelter, or has someone ever been yours? If this story touched you, don't just scroll away. Leave a comment. Tell us, what was your storm and what did it teach you? Your story might be the umbrella someone else needs today. And if you believe the world still needs kindness, compassion, and stories like this, then subscribe to Buddha Pray, because this is not just a channel, it's a temple for your soul.